The Dukha live in Hovsgol, the land of blue water. It's here in this mysterious heart of Asia that Buddhist guides claim is the home of the legendary kingdom of Shambhala, the Atlantis of Asia. These nomadic hunters accompany their reindeer herds over a 17,000 square kilometer stretch of land in the northwest of Mongolia, east of the tiny Russian Republic of Tuva, which became part of the Soviet Union in 1921. The Dukha maintain a close relationship with their eternal companion. A domesticated reindeer is much more precious than the meat it could provide. These forest people are less than 1,000 in number. Their existence is as fragile as the flame of a candle. Almost nothing is known of the Dukha's past, although they are believed to be of Turkish origin, whose language they speak. No one knows what prompted a tribe of horsemen 8,000 years ago to exchange their mounts for reindeer and penetrate this series of wooded valleys surrounded by wild, spirit-dwelling mountains. In summer, Tsuyan, the oldest of all the Dukha, heads for higher pastures with her family. The wind chases the mosquitoes away there, instead of creating a living hell as they do down below. Other families arrive. These gatherings are an excellent opportunity for new encounters, which can sometimes end in marriage. The Dukha don't practice arranged marriages. Couples are created out of love. Sometimes, an admiring male suitor will prove his ardor by kidnapping his more than willing accomplice.
Amcıma kuşu nasıl oldum? Sağlığı orumda, sergak orumda ilapçı. Orumlarım nur kattırdım, ıskırdım. Orumlarım karıdı. Mongol avukatı sen avukatı sangat, onun botukta hayat. Tam saate onu sevgili şey yavrusu. Tek atlanır yavrusu. Çıkar terler, terlerse tericil olacak.
Barely a meter and a half tall, Tsuyan embodies the sparkling and vivacious spirit of the forest. A widow many times over, she had 4 children. 1 son and 1 daughter are still alive. Long ago, when the Dukha's ancestors were forced to hunt and fish on foot, a woman lost her husband in the forest. Her children were starving. The woman invoked the spirit of the wild. The spirit appeared to her with a reindeer. He showed her how to collect the magic salt from the lakes. When the reindeer tasted the salt from her hands, he became addicted to it. He allowed the woman to ride on his back. And so a new kind of centaur was born, half man, half reindeer.
Neresin zapsırıldı?
Ançeriniz olmuş. Ançer arası ayırmalı diyor. Yetiymiş dostum. Ançerine namı gar orun.
Neresin zapsırıldı? Ünget yaktırıcı benim.
Yani ki arası olmuş yoğun da arası oldu bu için. Ançerine namı doyuz ki o sık varsa da hiç koy. Sık varsa. İngilizce yarışıyorlar. Ne hayatta tek hiç mesaj.
Reindeer feed on lichen, which are used up very quickly, forcing the herds to change pastures every 2 weeks. The reindeer lead the Dukha onto trails which haven't changed since the Bronze Age. Throughout the centuries, numerous ancestors have died on these paths. Their immortal souls accompany the living. Thus, the inexorably linked reindeer and the Dukha live in a sort of circular time warp in which the past is constantly blending with the present. The Dukha are never alone. Their ancestors in the other world accompany them step by step. The Dukha also know that when their hour arrives, they will enter a world filled with family members, friends, and reindeer without whom life in their impenetrable and magnificent land would be impossible. Throat singing began in this part of Asia. It's meant to echo the voice of nature, that of the deer in heat, the wind in the trees, or rushing water. The Dukha sing to appease the spirits of the forest, to calm down excited children, or to meditate. The singing opens the door to a parallel world. The cord that attaches a youngster to an adult prevents the youngster from going astray. It's also a link that unifies the family animal with the ancestors and the spirits of nature.
해주다 놓고. 어지라. 마마 듣듯 어지라. 그래.
다칠 솔다시 마스터라라야 한칸이시가 슈테베신다 우측하야 태하야 우즌 밭간 타글라루 좀 태하야 우측하야 한칸이시가 슈테베신다.
Like all shamans, Tsuyan has a second soul. The day her spirit leaves her body, the back of her tent will be cut open to let her body out. Her remains will be hung on a tree, nestled in a house for spirits. Her clothing and her instruments will be placed a little further on, within reach of her immortal soul. Thus, Tsuyan's shaman spirit will continue to watch over her people. At night, the Dukha leave their reindeer in a sheltered enclosure to protect them from the cold, the wind, and from hungry wolves. Shamans are also healers. Before healing others, they must first heal themselves to prove that they are true shamans.
Ota eläväli kici tahtasa. Ikisin hette hukaan siinä muukaan kahteeka.
Maksatu tästä chilesään metsään ota vettukonda.
Otsi chulasa baira sookse juusida. Sookse juusimani wali yaagadi kici sookseda. Ika taure kici. Are kici. Kela taas bailisi yaavaat kici jaavatse. Sabele. Thaileksium era hole venao. Asale yokes what I tell about the band the tona which hu. In Malaga, Uvestuk Malaga, Thai, 여기 있어. 쑥가가 먼저가. 쑥가가. 그래서 내가 결국에도 거기서 집에 주관을 야하고 스티기제 타야 그래서 야하고 나가서 이게 집이려 다 대단히 힘에 두시지 아버지 그랬어요. 사시도 좋아서 타운세시도 좋아서 먹고 좋아서 가서 대단. 제가 그래서 된다서 다 해야 되는 나만 어쩌지. 다 해야 되는 여기 다 하면 테레혼을 다 해서 나가 테레 아서 그러지 말고 테레. 어다 허샤나서 늘었으니까 다 뭐가 다리할 때 올라가거든. 이거 그것이 와서 나한테 이래요. 어다 내가 이래 놓아서 그냥 가서 놓아서 어다 이래 놓고 다녔어. 놓아야 되는 거서 가서 뭐 어다 호내게 되는 거. 그러니까 그 어다 호내게 또 뭐지? 어다.
In November, when the reindeer haven't any more milk, it's time to hunt for wild game. Yadam, the master hunter, and his companions must venture into lands haunted by demons. Jugurtai is the most feared of them all. No shaman is capable of pacifying this unpredictable demon. Sometimes he appears to Tsuyan in the form of a young child, but she isn't fooled by this seemingly friendly and harmless figure. She knows Jugurtai's great power. Tsuyan appeases the forces of nature by offering them tea. She sprays the 4 cardinal points to keep the demons, who can spring up anywhere, away. The most dangerous direction is the north. The sun never warms it. The cold wind is from the north, and the door which opens onto the black sky of the dead is there as well. Yadam and his companions embark on a long and perilous journey that will take them far away for several weeks. Tsuyan lost one of her sons on a similar expedition.
Нуралин сюда.
토이 와야 되냐. 요야가 yaptı. 토방으로 쉬어놓겠지.
Tea for the Dukha is a nutritious soup consisting of tea, milk, and butter. It's spiced with Reindeer, a mixture of mineral salt which the reindeer can't resist.
시원하고 어떻다? 어떻다? 애들 방송으로도. 얘다 시원해지지. 나보다 토광으로 다는 시원하겠지. 야, 무시. 오요요요. 집안에 거. altın halkaya sahip tuşetti. Eline vurgucu versin loytun yasa ortada yap tuşetti. Sahip versin.
It's very cold. The icy north wind lowers the temperature to minus 30 degrees Celsius. Yadam and his men struggle at an altitude of more than 3,000 meters. At the top of the pass, the hunters gather in front of the Hovsgol, a pile of rocks carried one by one and which serves as an offering to the spirit of the mountains. Each man ties a ribbon on the Hovsgol, consisting of tufts of reindeer hair and burnt juniper. The ribbon's knot symbolizes the pact made with the spirit of the mountains, who will allow them to return. Behind the hunters, the peaks of the Agi Mountains, the realm of Jugurthai, rise up.
Дээрээс одоо бидний тэр дурандаж тэр оноо доод одоо харна орлоо. Кис тарам ботож. Тэр Tasan. Tilme olsam otardan yazayım. Tavutsuz ayım. Burası ortaya olsun. Ой, битээ үү.
Тэр хонкор шиг юм л ороод тэгэл тайлаачаалаа.
Гэж яагаад юу яаж явах гэж тэр энэ талдаа хөртэй тэр хөрөндөө тулаад нааш гэж ярьгаад ингээд ордог.
The Dukha hunt moose, wild boar, deer, and animals with fur. The animal has been wounded, but it's too late in the day to go after him. The hunt will begin again at dawn. The hunters don't have enough time to set up camp and manage a makeshift bivouac on some pine branches. A squirrel skin sells for $2. They're used to make very warm hats. The men talk a lot and sleep very little. Their night lasts all of 4 hours. As soon as they get up, the hunters cut a few shavings from a brick of compressed and frozen tea and prepare their indispensable brew. The snowfall has totally covered the trail. Yadam is perplexed. The hunters have to choose between heading for the pass or going through the valley. Yadam seeks the oracle's help and gives him the shoulder blade of a charred lamb to study.
инвоking маань уг нь юу вэ? Энэ чинь угнаа маш юм. Одоо чи элт гарч ирлээ ажилт. Тэр одоо яас иртэйсэн ба. Тоо шатуу энэ тал.
The animal's bone has spoken. Now it must be destroyed before a demon can read the men's intentions and try to ambush them. The oracle was right. The moose is there. The hunters pray for the liberation of the animal's soul, for it to leave in peace to the realm of the shadows. If the hunters don't carry out this ritual, the ghost of the moose will return and cast black tracks on their trail, thus cursing the men with bad fortune. The liver, spinal cord, heart, and kidneys are the hunter's rewards. The bone marrow alone is enough to feed a man for an entire day, and the hunters are delighted. The catch is a good one. The moose will supply the Dukha with meat for 3 weeks, after which the hunters will have to leave once again for several weeks on another expedition.
여기다 핸드 돼? 다 대신 다 치고.
그거.
Удашна тэр хүнд өгөн захаана үуч. Тэрний сахалтай хүнд. Яа, байгуулж нүглээ. Ой, энэ хүмүүс аатмаа
터져라 치러고 사를 갖다 야로.
애나.
그거 호다가 살다고. 아. 에코가 이네들이 메디아서 오죠.
Yadam gets to keep the animal's skin, which he will use to make a rug or some sacks for his reindeer.
애나. 또 왔거든 왜까? 피사 와라. 왜 아고 너가 이렇게 와?
The adults chain smoke very mild and natural Russian tobacco leaves, which they buy in bulk. During the waxing phase of the moon, the door to the realm of shadows opens, and the spirits of the ancestors penetrate the world of the living. Tsuyan invokes them. The trance develops naturally as the ceremony progresses. Traditionally, ancestors were symbolized by figurines, but the Soviet authorities severely condemned this practice. The Dukha therefore resorted to abstraction. Ancestors are now represented by ribbons knotted together and hung in the northern part of the tent. Tsuyan's headdress is decorated with vulture feathers. On her felt boots, one can see the bones of her legs, which died when she was very ill and then came back to life, thus revealing Tsuyan to be a true shaman. Tsuyan's dress is a suit of armor held together by pieces of metal in the form of an arrow. When all the stars are out, it means that all the ancestors are present. Tsuyan straddles the drum. Her spirit leaves her body and joins the other spirits waiting for her above the tent. Tsuyan leaves with the spirits, flying over the mountains, valleys, and forests of Hovsgol, communicating with the spirits of nature. A piece of metal falls off Tsuyan's dress. A demon has removed an arrow, and Tsuyan responds. When Tsuyan launches the drumstick at someone, it means that the spirits have sent that person a message. Tsuyan whispers it to him. Sometimes what she says is incomprehensible, or it's veiled in mysterious metaphors, making the sense of it very complicated. The trance is over. Tsuyan is exhausted. Once again, the Dukha get ready to move their camp a few kilometers further on, as dictated to them by their reindeer. As long as the reindeer continue to lead the Dukha through their sacred forests, the reindeer people will continue to resist the call of a dominant civilization.